morning and welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. This is Wednesday, August the 9th, 2023. On this beautiful day, what's happening in our country? What's happening in Liberia? What is this election going to be like? Is there going to be peace and violence in Liberia? Or are we going to confront violence? What's in the news this morning? We see there's allegations against Nathaniel McGill of killings for the government. We also know that a senator from Balboa County, Honorable Daniel Nathan, is dead. And above all, we know deep down, this is not for Zogos. Let me bring on my correspondent from Liberia, Mr. Samuel Wicker. Let's talk about what's happening in Liberia this morning. What's up, Sam?
Good morning, Ron.
Brother.
A very heavy downpour of rain in this morning.
Wow, you taking cover?
I'm somewhere caught up, somewhere in the neighborhood.
You know, thunder and lightning time, my man.
Well,
you got to take cover. So what's
the chairman of the Alternative National Congress, the ANC, Senator Daniel Nathan of Balboa County, passed away yesterday. It was so shocking. And according to the story, he wasn't sick.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was a big blow to the ANC.
I hear you were in India.
Well, yeah, I heard, but yeah, I think okay, the information came.
But there must be conflicting news then, because
what we learned yesterday from the party, I mean, if he was not sick, then how he emerged from India?
But that's what I'm saying, because one group said, I heard that he was sick and he had gone to India.
He's been active with politics in recent times.
Yes.
So with the Indian story, I really don't know.
Yeah, they say that's Spoon TV now. Spoon TV. On Spoon TV, they were talking yesterday that he had been sick. He was in India for treatment, and that way he passed away. And from India. So maybe you need to check your sources in Liberia. We getting better news in America than you're in Liberia, but man, what's wrong? Well, that's what we hear so far. And what else go on?
Okay, the prosecuting lawyers, the case involving Glorious Cat, they have changed their mind to have a case here because they were seeking for a change of venue, and they cited security reasons.
Do you know where they wanted to move the venue to?
No, it wasn't. Told. We didn't know where they wanted to get the case, but now they came back to say that because of some security reasons, they cannot change the venue.
Okay. So what else?
And the police chief who learned that he's been turned over to the Syrian government.
Yes.
Unlawfully.
Yes, George, we are just you see that's the kind of government we got. These idiots we got leading our nation don't know about laws.
So a writ of habeas corpus has been submitted to the court to bring back the living body of Mr. Toure.
And how they gonna bring him back?
We don't know, but the human rights lawyers are going there today again to ensure that he's brought back, whether he's gone, because the government is still denying that they still got him.
But you know, this is the reason, one of the reasons that George Weah should not be president of our country. Because you're president of our country, you don't know that we have laws. They said that man been in Liberia for 2 years.
Yeah, because he resigned from the police.
Yeah, been in Liberia for 2 years. So if you've been in Liberia for 2 years, why is it that just now, maybe they're just finding out that he's in Liberia, but still, we got laws. Did he ask for asylum?
Well, that I don't know. We haven't heard it, except the human rights will come out and tell today what happened. Because in fact, he left this, according to sources, he was smuggled out of his country by 1 p.m. 1 a.m. 1 a.m.
These are the Ellen Johnson said corrupt practices that we cannot tolerate no more. And now what they did with Charles Taylor and all of them, all these people were smuggled out of the country and all of that. People being smuggled out of the country since this regime started.
You know, Rodney, what baffled me is that when Costa escaped from Liberia on this forgery case, they claimed by government, and when he got to Sierra Leone, they asked the Sierra Leone government to turn it over. They posted about our law. I mean, we see that the man has done no wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, and then you know your law. You have no extradition treaty with the government of Sierra Leone. Then you send the man back.
Yeah, I'm telling you, excuse me, I'm just trying to correct something here. I see I have Go ahead, Sam, we're listening to you. I just corrected, putting it.
Yeah, you know, it was I mean, it was bad on the part of the government. So almost all our laws is being ignored.
We got laws in the country, my man. All the people being killed, they accusing them of killed or masterminding all the killings in this government. You heard it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's a mastermind according to people, according to the sources, he's a mastermind behind all these things.
The time McGill left the government, no killings have gone on. So he was the one behind the instrumentality of all these killings. This man got to be brought to justice. And you know, Sandow, we need the truth, the court. We need the war crimes and economic growth. Because all these people that have been killings in Liberia, they got to be exposed. Our country is not a gangster land. When did our country become so evil? Why are these people making our country, these little boys are watching TV and using the examples they see on TV, they think they can run our country like a gangster land? What's wrong with these little boys? Hold on 1 minute. Hello? I'm on my show, my man. You want to say something on the show? Okay, call me back. Okay, that's a call from somebody. But anyway, but these are the things that we want, Sam. And we can't tolerate them in our community. We can't. You know, this is pure gangsterism. Pure gangsterism. You know, and that what leads to the lawlessness. Because of the gangsterism now, we got lawlessness. You know, and George Weah, they got to understand, you won't run for president. You got to know this country is run by laws. This country is not run by football players coming and having meetings together and saying, yeah, let's do it. Muya. And no, that's not how this country is run. So that's what we need to get rid of all these grown-up boys, all these football. We need to get rid of them.
It's true.
The days of the grown-up boys, they are Carrot Gray, there's Solomon George, all these grown-up boys, the day of them are over. We push them in the corner and they open their mouth, we put them in jail because they finished stealing money. And those that rather stole the money, you know, we're not going after the petty rogues and the Solomon George, and we just see what they took. But the guys that Prince Johnson, Sir Johnny, and all the major roads, all the roads you want to see where they come,
Sir Joseph.
and all of them where they got their money from. You know, all the major roads that are in Liberia. We want to see how you got rich and Liberia got poor. We throw it behind Liberia inside there. All of them, what the people yelling saying?
Yeah, I'm in.
Liberia is just a country of noise. Pull your deal.
Yeah.
Liberia is just a country of noise. Look at that. The man in the house, the people outside, they yelling. Even when we get studio, it will help you, Sam. It will have a studio. Will they help you when the people yelling outside?
It'll be better. When the studio, will be better.
Yeah,
when they have the studio, it will be better.
Okay, but don't worry. As time go on, we'll get the money to find you a studio. You know, let just hang in there for a while. Everything starts little by little. Okay? Let me see what it'll be like. When I gotta visit Liberia first. I've been away from Liberia so long, I gotta come to Liberia and see the condition of the country before we can give you an office. So for the meantime, just hang in there. I'm worried about you getting your microphone and everything set up for you, so we can do some real broadcasting from Liberia. But I got some plans for broadcasting out of Liberia. You know, we just gotta wait for these corrupt people to leave us, these murderers and these killers, so we can get a real government into our country where development will be the hallmark of the leadership of the country. You know, right now we got super gangsters that they aim to steal. And as George Weah is now, we can't change our country if he be a leader, because he has killed people. He has stolen so much of our money. This man will be under scrutiny. So the killing will continue, the lies will continue, the murder will continue. Look at the Guna boy, Koji. It wasn't until after people condemned the murder, the casketing, before he came on and said that, you know, his escapade in Liberia. It wasn't until people condemned his casket and he came on and condemned it, but he was supporting it first. He was supporting it first.
But he's a main person behind the whole stuff.
But yes, you know, he was perpetrating and supporting it. You know, and
Nangbe, who's the community came to and condemned it.
Somebody asked where they got that casket from.
They bought it. The party bought it.
You sure?
And they just pretending. Yeah, that's a solid casket. It's not the ordinary box.
You sure they didn't go to the graveyard and dump somebody under the grave? These guys are gangsters, my man. Now everybody ask you where you got that casket from. Yeah, they would tell us they bought it. But they could go to the graveyard and throw somebody under the casket and take that same casket and be paraded. I don't understand anything about civility, about being civilized. Civilized people that do that kind of thing. They running around the casket when they're here. That's the last thing. You know, you want protest, you carry placards, you carry banners, but you don't put casket on your head and start dancing all in the street.
Such that uncivilized behavior.
Barbarism.
You know, these guys, I really don't understand them, because from the University of Liberia, the student politics at the University of Liberia, they always toting casket instead of bringing the same casket on a national level. So they still thinking like they're children.
But you see, Sam, when we revamped the University of Liberia, people will have to reapply. Some people will have to reapply to enter. When we ready to come home and set up the University of Liberia, where you will have labs, people will not have time to be demonstrating. You'd be demonstrating, you'd be failing. Because school going on. Our laboratories going on. People learning in labs. Because we'll put emphasis on science and technology. That's why emphasis going on. Science and technology. We get scholarships. You want to come free school? You better know how to do math. You better know math. You better know your chemistry, biology. Then you get free access to University of Liberia. But other people, you'll come free, but there will be some strings attached. But we're going to put emphasis on science and technology. We want people evaluating our soil, evaluating our plants, evaluating everything we grow in the country there, and telling us what we're growing, what they go for. How can we advance our country and people? Our country going to change, man. Our country going to change, Sam. There will be less rogues and criminals in our country. Because I told you, we're not keeping our people in our jails. They're not America. They're not America. You won't go to jail, the hard time. You'll be cleaning all the swamp, all the dirty water, everything. You'll be inside cleaning it. And you won't be in prison. You think you're coming eating free food? We feed you. You eat 3 times a day. But your sleep, you will not have no sleep again. From 2 o'clock in the morning, you'll be up. You go to bed 10 o'clock. You will not wake up. You will learn about discipline. You will learn about discipline. Nobody want to go to jail. When they go to court, they say, you want flocking or jail? You say, flocking. Flock me. Let me go. Flock me. I want to go to Chesson jail. You come to my jail, you will not sleep. No sleeping. That's the first thing. You're working. You're working. Human rights. You got 4 hours. 4 hours is enough sleep. United States Army standards. 4 hours. That's sufficient sleep for a human being. Legally, it's sufficient sleep. You don't sleep in 8 hours. When you go to jail, you erase 8 hours from your scheduled sleep. You will not sleep 8 hours. Maybe when we work you to death, one day you're so tired, we say you'll sleep 8 hours. You'll rest today. But resting and sleeping, you'll be by international standards. 4 hours sleep a day. When you leave prison, you will not be able to sleep. You'll be a man. You'll be a real man. As soon as that bell ring, you jump up. As soon as somebody walk by your house, you jump up. Somebody outside. You be disciplined. So you who want to go to jail and you think prison life is good, it will not be in Liberia. You better come in America and China and Japan, all these countries that allow you to go to jail, okay? There will be no prisoners in our jail. Only the serious rules will stay there. But the little petty rules, the little traffic rules and the things they will not be in my jail. This is not a Western nation. We are not America, we are not Britain, we are not Japan, we are not even Korea. Flogging and dead. We'll flog you. But you have a choice. You can go to jail, you can go through the legal process and go to jail, or you can go to the corporal punishment court, where the judge will hear your case, look at the law, and order punishment for you. Flogging, and you accept it. Everything will be legal. Nobody will beat you without the law. Nobody will beat you without the law in our country. But corporal punishment is a part of our punishment. My pa flogged me, my mom flogged me, your pa flogged you, your mom flogged you. Why we can't flog our damn criminals? our criminals will be flocked. They will be flocked. We're not packing our jail with criminals. We got a choice. The only thing is we have a choice. We have a choice. You break the law, you go to court, you got a court. Do you want corporal punishment or you want to go to jail? You say you go to jail, your private life finished forever. Your visiting life, you get visited. We say you not get visited. Well, you be too tired and worked out to get that you want to visit with somebody. So you will make a choice. Because we got plenty of work in Liberia to do, man. You see all that trash in our country, who would be the major people carrying it up? You think our jail be free? You'll be toting that damn trash. We'll give you boots, we'll give you gloves, we'll give you everything. From sun to sunset, we'll be cleaning Liberia. Ellen Johnson Saliu, Robert Saliu, all of them will be in orange suit. Or they're cleaning the day. She was shoveling. You ever see fat guys shovel? You see plenty of them shoveling there, man. They'll be there. And they'll be cussing me to that damn Chesson. Oh, yeah. You would learn how the criminals will cuss me in America, too. You think I got them? You think I got them?
Oh, God.
I know you frozen, son. Go out of the country.
Yeah, the network. The rain.
Oh, but you back?
Rain heavy.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
You can't control it.
The rain, yeah. It's fluctuating, so I mean.
You can't control it. But these are some of the things we got to implement in our country to change our country. Our country cannot keep on the same path like America and China. We're not that way. Why you think Korea and those other countries that implement corporal punishment in their country change fast? Because it was necessary. It was necessary. They didn't want to crowd their jails up. Who got money to be building jails in America here? Are we damn crazy? You know how much it costs to build an American jail here? Like in America? Millions and millions of dollars. Who got time to do that in Liberia? We ain't got time to do that. So we got to revamp our whole prison system. We got to meet humane standards of living. You get good bed, good sleeping quarters. We got them in Liberia. We can make bed out of straws. In Liberia, we can make them food. They don't have to be, we don't have to order bed from America. I slept on straw beds in Liberia that are good. They are good. Our prison will have good beds. They will have beds made in Liberia. Other straws, other everything. We can make it right in Liberia. You gotta have bed like in the United States of America. Once you have a decent bed, in the prison system is where we promote our industries in Liberia. The carpentry, everything in the prison will be carpentry from Liberia. Certain things the prison would do, certain things carpentry would do, because that's one of the things about democracy. You can't take all the private jobs and give it to the prison. So we got to promote our industries out there. So people come in and build the prison. We have carpenters, we have masons, everything from Liberia. We have people, the wood styles. Our prison will be Liberian style prison, but it'll be secure. You ain't getting out. All our designs will be Liberian design. Ain't gotta be Western designs. You know, we got to understand and support our industries. You know, so from the prison, where corrections and rehabilitation would be one of the key fundamental principles of prison life in Liberia. It ain't gonna be like the Western world. We're going to promote our industries in Liberia. All the prison beds will be made by the carpenters and people in Liberia. You know? So we got to see what kind of beds we got. You know, if we want bunk beds, do we have the people in Liberia that can make it? It got to be made in Liberia. Everything that will we start the made in Liberia process. The prisoner, you go to jail, nobody bringing food for you. We're going to start our agricultural program from the jail. You better plant your own damn food. We get you the seeds, we'll promote you, we'll let you go out, we'll get you the land, we'll get you the technology and the training. That's why I say don't go to jail. Because you go to jail, that will not be a place you're going to sleep. You got to eat. You got to go plant your food. Everything you eat in the prison will be grown. You don't grow it, you don't eat it. We give all the supplies, all the technology for our agriculture program will begin from jail. This is not a Western country. This is an African nation. We are blessed to have good soil. We are blessed to have the riches of earth. And we're going to use it. We're going to start with the prisoners. We ain't feeding people. We ain't got that kind of money. But we got a land. We got a land. And we're going to do Western side thing, man. You know I'm a cowboy son, right? We're going to bring horses in Liberia. Our gods will be riding horses. We ain't riding no car. We'll be the Texas. When you go in the field to grow your thing, our God will be on horses with guns, riding around. You better do your work. You better do your work. And where you would be, where the government farm would be, the new prison would be, you ain't gonna escape so easily. You don't gonna want to escape. Because we're gonna put it in the forest again. We're gonna put that thing we're gonna put that thing in the forest, in the middle of the forest again. We'll put that in the middle of the forest. That would be our maximum security prison, where we don't want you come back to the city no more. We throw you up there. You have your own farm. From there, they will supply all the prison system in Liberia because we got a prison system, all the local prison system, the jail system. You supply them with food from our maximum security prison, where we'll be in the forest. On the plane, we go there. We gotta find somewhere to die. We got places to die. So things gonna change in our country. Because we want a better nation. We want a better society. When we get a better society, all of us can get rich. All of us not getting rich now because our government officials are rogues. They are rogues. In this country here, you can work for government and work for yourself. You just can't conflict them. You can't conflict them. I don't do my show. I've been doing my show for years. I've been collecting money for ads and things like that for years. And I've been working for government. But I don't do my private work on government time. I don't conflict the interests of my work with my government work. They got to coincide with each other. Okay? They can't be antagonistic to each other. Okay? What I do is security. So everything got to be coordinated. But in the real world, you can have a private company and still work for government. You just got to watch the lines of conflict or interest and things like that. You got to watch those blaring lines. But they don't stop you. You see? So we encourage people to go out and work. To go out and do your private job. You're lucky to get government job. It will be because you have a special skill you can bring to the table. Everybody will not get government job no more. We ain't gonna be. People ain't gonna be born expecting a check. No, it ain't gonna be happening. Because they were breaking our country down. We ourselves breaking our country down, but the government is worse because they're not giving us the opportunity to live. They're so corrupt, Sam. People go to our country with businesses. You know how many Liberian people have come from the businesses because our own people try to rob them? Like you said, your own family get together and try to rob you. Who can you trust now, Sam? When your own family do that to you, who can you trust? And it's not happening in one family. Don't think your family is the only family that's experiencing that thing. It's not. We got nothing but criminals in Liberia, man. Why you think George Weah they can do what they want to do and get away with it? We got ignorant people. When you got ignorant people, those that are educated can mislead them, can misguide them, can misdirect them. And that's what we have happening in Liberia today. People go home with money. They do all kind of evil things in the country, man. Things they will not do in America. They go do it in Liberia. Because they got money. And nobody will talk. You can bribe the police. You can bribe everybody. You know how that's empowering. That's empowering, Sam. That's why we can't tolerate it. Because it's corrupt. That's corruption. That is sin corruption we're talking about. Corrupting our minors, corrupting our nation. But for you, it's empowering. When you got cash, you can go to Liberia. You can bribe anybody you want to bribe. Get anything done you want to get done in minutes like that. People will be on their knees subservient to you because you got small money and they ain't got nothing. And you're giving out the bucks like that. People will sell anything to you, man, for some money. Greed. Not only because they want it, because they greedy too. They think you're a gold mine and they can get it from you easily. See, and those are the kind of people we got to go against too. Because that destroy our country too. We're corrupting our minors. Using young people to do criminal things to harm our country. You see how governance is hard, Sam? To be a leader of a nation is not easy. You see? Because I think your friends are doing, you got to stop it too. Your own friends are doing it. And you know they're doing it. You got to stop it too. You got to say, no, guys, that's not right. And what do you think they will say about you? Oh, man, get away from him. Man. You did what a man won't do this. Who do you think you are? Don't do it. They want to resist. Because they've done it for so long, they think they can. How do we punish those people? We got to punish them, Sam. You see our leadership hard.
Mm-hmm.
So now your own friends, you got to punish them to get the message across. If you really believe in what you're doing, our patriotism is hard, Sam. To be a patriot is hard. Because some of the people you got to, whose discipline you got to curb, are your own friends. Are your own friends. Well, you got to do it. Because if you don't do it, you cannot talk about fairness and honesty and justice and impartiality and all of that. You can't talk about that if you don't punish them. And they themselves got to understand when you're in positions of authority, if you're their friend, they can't do what they wanted, what they had to do before. But some of them will not understand that. You understand? Some of them will just say, oh, the hour time to enjoy, man. And when you want to stop it, they say, man, Chester, what you want to stop up for? You know? all was in the struggle now. These people were stealing. I would not take over. Why you want to just make us? You know, try to play on your intelligence. That why leadership is hard, sir. I've been there. I've done that. I've seen it, and I know it. Leadership is hard. How do you punish your own boys who you have been in the struggle together? And they've been preaching about change all along. Now they get there. They won't do the same thing the other people. Yeah, but they're the same people who are preaching the change and the struggle, and y'all preaching together. But now they get there, they want to do something different. And you tell them, hey, guys, we can't do that. This is the thing we're preaching. Yeah, Manchester, get away from here, man. All the people are stealing money. They are trying to enjoy. You want to stop us? We ain't doing it, my man. You can't do that, man. And they will walk away. They will not listen to you. You got to discipline them. You got to discipline them. That's why the job of leadership is hard. Because if you participate in what they're doing, you can't discipline them. You cannot discipline them because you participated in it. You see? And leadership always take the criticism. Sam, I've been in correction, man. You know how many black people hit me just as much as white people? You know how many black people hit me, man? Because they feel that as a God in prison, I'm supposed to let them do what they want to do because the white guys, let their guys do what they want to do. Some of them are corrupt. Some of them are nepotistic. They got the relatives in jail there. They give them special treatment and things like that. But they don't understand that I am a one-man army. I can't do that. I can't do what the white guys do because the white guy will be the very guy to send me out if I go against them. No, I can't do what the officer want me to do because when push comes to shove, I'm African, Sam. They will say that African guy that did it. Who else will help me? Nobody will help me. Just what we're doing, like we're the foreigners. They don't do it here. When you come to this country, you understand what it is to speak for foreigners in your country because you know what it is to be a foreigner in a foreign government where everybody know you're a foreigner. Some people don't want you working for the government. Just like in Liberia, we don't want foreigners working for our government. We see the Filipino and Nigerians, we try to disparage them and disrespect them. People do it to us. They do it to us. And sometimes people come to work with you from the public, they hear your accent. They think you don't know what you're doing. Just like we do anywhere in the world. They try to disrespect you, and you got to prove yourself that you know your work, that you know what you're doing. And when you prove yourself to them, then some of them get jealous and get mad and get all of that, you know. But it's a struggle, Sam. It's a struggle. And that's what Jesus teaches us Christians. We be kind to foreigners in your country. Be kind to them. They are humans. One day you'll be a foreigner too in a different country. Same thing. Sam, is no difference. You experience the same thing. You see
I experienced in Ivory Coast during the war when I was there.
You see how hateful it is, man. How hurtful it is when people don't care for your rights. You know, when people do things to you. But you got to understand. That one you got to understand we do it in Liberia too. So sometimes people do things to me, I just shake my head and I let it go. I said, because we do it in Liberia too. That's a lesson. That's a lesson. You can revenge. You try to revenge, you will hurt yourself. You just gotta let it slide because you do it in Liberia too. We do it to foreigners in Liberia too. And just think about it. You know? It hurts you, Sam, when people fight to take your daily bread from you because they can do it. They do that here too. People don't care about lawyer when you're a foreigner and they can hurt you because once they find out you're a foreigner, other people will join them. The people in the court and all, you go to the court, they find out you're a foreigner and they'll go, everybody related. Just like we related to the judges and things like that, it happens all over the world. You got kids in court, people related to judges, they go tell the judge, that man don't mind that man. And the judge rule against you and shit like that. It happens everywhere. That's human nature. And people can say America great, great at everything. It's great because there are certain people that stick with the law. They don't listen to other people. But there are other forces on them. Don't think people are not talking to them. The same things that happen in Liberia that happen here. People try to hurt you with other cause. But the only thing that saves people here is the court follow the law. They don't listen to other people. They follow the law. Don't think they got relatives and things just like in Liberia. They got it. We got them there. 7 years as a correctional officer, when I got to punish people and make decisions, you know how many people that be telling me, just don't do that, or calling me to? I got to make a decision. Every time I go to discipline people, you got to make a decision. Because some people will not like it. Some people are related to people that try to talk to you, say, man, I'm punishing that guy. Some people say, my chest, you're punishing people, everything, you can't get the gas a break. They'll say all kind of things to discourage you. But that's your decision. That's your decision. And that will make our courts in America strong. Because no matter what kind of influences the judges get, the judges are guided by the sense of loyalty to follow the law. To follow the law. You see, and that will make the courts in America different from other courts. When you come to court, you sure you can get a sense of justice. Whereas in other courts, when you go, you see justice hanging in the balance, or what the judge's perception is, what his loyalty, where his loyalty lies. All of things matter, Sam. All of things matter. God bless me. I'm surviving because I'm straight. I'm straight. I try not to hate people because of my personal reason or my personal feelings. No. When you hurt people because of that, it always comes back to you. And that has always guided me on my job. Not to hurt people because of my personal feeling. I work for the public. Sometimes it hurts, Sam. Sometimes the guys that challenge you, man, really challenge you. Really challenge you in the public, and you can punish them. You can do what you want to do to them. But are you a man of the law? Or are you a man of emotions? That's the challenge, Sam. When you can look at the foolishness and just walk away, and you got the power to crush the man. But you're a man of the law, and you'll not be deterred by foolishness, by people's anger, by challenges that don't matter. Why would I want to do what the man said because he's challenging me? No, that makes you emotional. You can't take that kind of sense of emotion in the prison. You know how many times I've been cussed? I've been challenged. But you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what the law says, son. And that was one of the good things for us, like people like Liberians coming abroad to people like places like America and working and learning how this system works. Because if you corrupt, you hurt yourself. Especially if you're a lowly person. Though you see corrupt people over the big people. The small people can't be corrupt because everybody watching you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody watching you being challenged every day. Because for you to excel, you got to demonstrate that you know what you're doing. And if you didn't, anybody who deals with the public, you know it's not easy. You know it's not easy. And this is the kind of discipline we got to bring to our country. Serving in the government is one thing. How you serve in the government is another thing. And the difference from our country is that people in this country monitoring you too. You're not just monitoring yourself. People monitoring you. The public, in the public, monitoring you. You see all the officials that get arrested and things. Or the other day, let me make a correction. We were talking about Biden and all of that. And charges for taxes. That was his son.
His son, yeah, I know.
Hunter Biden.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but what you see sometimes that was the news. You gotta watch the news. Because when I was watching, when I went upstairs to change my clothes, they were talking about the news. They had the president face on the TV and talking about all the and it's because and they were showing the president face. And so that's why I said, well, that was something, but that was his son, Hunter Biden. So just rectify that. Okay. But
I read it.
That's where all of this comes from. You see how people going after the president for his son? And they would do anything to destroy you. But the son, whether you are working for government, whether you got benefits from government through his father and all of that, those are the things that haunt you in this country. In Liberia, we take it for granted. Look at all the people working for government, who their children working for government too. In the same department.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? In the same ministry. Huh?
It's very common in Liberia.
Yes, and one of the common things here in the law enforcement thing is people bringing their children into law enforcement too. There's a sense of entitlement. And that's what breeds corruption and racism in law enforcement, even in America. Because many of the law enforcement people, their children too won't be law enforcement people, because when you grow up, your father a law enforcement man, you want to be a law enforcement person. You learn the law from your father, especially if he's a good law enforcement person. You got access to your father. You say that I want to learn from your father. And that probably enable you to be a good law enforcement person too. But that can be harmful too to the system, because that breeds nepotism too. That breeds favoritism. That breeds antagonism. Because if your father hates something, you may hate it too. You see? If your father thinks certain group of people are low lives, you may grow up thinking the same thing too. And not giving them a chance. And you see where it goes? So it's a two-way street. It's good and it's bad. But where do you lay the line? Because if your father is a good detective and you grew up with your father, seeing how he operates, being interested in what he's doing, there's a possibility you would be a damn good detective too. And our state needs good people like that. But what comes with that is the burden of prejudice. Because some of the same feelings your father have, you will have. Some of the same ideals your father have, you have. Some of the same prejudices your father had against other people, you have. Is that good or is that bad? I know some people where I work, man, they're very good people, but all of them were running one office. The man, the pa, the son, all of them were running one office.
Was it a public office?
Public office. And it broke my heart. In America, it was happening here.
Nepotism.
Yes, one family running a whole office. And that's a law enforcement office too. It broke my heart, man. My heart couldn't stay. Because if those people hit you, all of them will hit you together. So you can't get no benefit from our office. You are in our office. Because these people are family. They sit together every day. They eat together. They may not live together, but they talk together. They grew up together. They got the same mentality. And they're working in the same. They're running that office. The power, the chief, the man, the deputy, the son, the officer. Son, that broke my heart. You don't know it until you get to know them. You don't get to know who they are until.
But no code of conduct for that institution?
They got everything. What does that say to you, sir? What does that say to you? It broke my heart. It broke my heart. That's why I don't talk much, Sam, because we say, oh, America, America, America. America is not all that. America got its flaws too. When you go in the office and you see a whole family running one office, and you know it's wrong, what do you tell the people? Can you go tell the people? You can't tell them. Who you talk to? You think the people at the top don't know that these people are related? And they put all of them in the same office together, Sam. My heart broke. There's no justice in the world. Justice is in the eyes of the beholder. There's no real justice in the world, Sam. You know how many people those people hurt? Because those people have feelings. Those people have opinions and they express them. And I know of some of their opinions. And I didn't like some of their opinions. But they were good people. But everybody got their own opinions. It may not be agreeable with other people. But that doesn't make them bad people. You know, but when you have a whole family running an office, that's a problem. That's what we fight to prevent. Because we want justice. We want rule of law.
No, we are human beings. Corruption is just all over.
Yeah, but now I'm telling you, Liberian people would be blindly praising other people. Oh, nothing can happen. It's so perfect. Nothing's perfect, man. Nothing's perfect.
Yeah, we are human beings. All with a word.
You got to see it. You got to live it to know it. Our people in Liberia don't know this shit. That one guy was showing the picture. Online, the guy said, people talking about Africa dirty. Look at California. Man, the guy was showing California. Dirty all over the street dirty. People got their tents all in the middle of the street sleeping. You walk this out, tent on the side, tent in the middle of the street. People sleeping, homeless people sleeping in the middle of the street. On the side of the street, on the road, people, dirt, cartoons, or everything. The guy said, man, you gotta stop beating up Africa. Africa ain't that bad. Africa bad. Oh, that bureau is bad. That bureau now that the people got trashed. But it's not like us. Oh, it's stacked. It's stacked. Everywhere the trash is stacked. It's cool. The people got
No
it.
strategy to get it all the streets. So the system is not working. That's all.
The same in California, the system not working there. You can see it. Because certain areas clean. Certain areas in California, you will not see that like that. You see? But it's not different from Liberia. We got dirt all over. We got no area you can say that's a clean area. You go there, no trash there, that the rich people living there. Where in Liberia that's that?
And we're not recycling. All these things ain't can be recycled. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. All these things can be recycled.
All of that it takes discipline.
Yeah.
You gotta be disciplined to do that, Sam. Our society not disciplined. How you get discipline? You gotta have the government that institute and implement laws and policy and carry it out. The people must be able to come down and do the work themselves and encourage other people to do the damn work. Not during election time. Some of our hour is up. To your conclusion.
My only advice to our Liberian people is to go about this campaign time in peace. Let us be peaceful because whatever comes out of this election is our future. May God bless this country always. La luta continua, as you always say.
Thank you, my brother.
Good day.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my people, I want to thank my correspondent, Samuel Wicker. Everything is on us, man. Everything is on us. And we either get it or we don't get it. We either get it or we don't get it. Because if we don't change our country, if we as a people don't rise up and change our country, we fail. Time and time again, we fail. We fail. That's all we got. That's all we got. And for a person like me, I can't stop doing this thing. Not as long as my country and my people are as it is. I can't stop. It's not about viewers. It's about the intelligence of my people, the upliftment of their minds, their understanding of the teachings that I'm trying to impart. This medium is a blessing for me to impart my knowledge. If it wasn't for this medium, people don't want to listen to me in halls. People don't want to invite me to speak to them. I'm not a social man to be all in a mix of people. So this is a blessing that I can impart my knowledge and ideals to my people. And they have the opportunity to accept it or reject it. Democracy. Aluta! Continue. My hour is done, my people. Let me go. Danamio. Danamio. I'll see you tomorrow. Take heed and govern yourselves accordingly. Let me see.